I want to welcome everybody back to Artist Talk, where we talk hip hop, not politics. Today we got a very special guest in the building. I like to use this word because, again, when you've done things and the way he's done it, I say legendary. And reason being because, again, everything you have accomplished from helping others to actually putting yourself in the mainstream and still keep it where you're kind of indie. We have none other than Glasses Malone in the building, better known as Glasses Loc, man. How you doing today? And thank you for joining.
I'm good, man. It's good. It's crazy because I was making a move with my peoples, and I was somewhere over there in where is that? When you get off the 90 freeway, Marina Del Rey, and a dude was talking to me. Like, I went to this little place to look at this spot, and the dude was talking to me. He was like, he said, "Damn, man." He was like, "Man, much love, legend." And I'm like, "A legend?" And he was like, "Man, if you know what the definition of a legend is, you know, you wouldn't be asking that question." And I guess you hear that word so much, like words like loyalty. So you know they be misused.
Right.
And I
correct.
just looked up what legend was, and it was some things that, like, about a mythical person, that all of these myths exist. And I thought to myself, like, damn, I guess there is certain things that people don't know is real or false. And every time I sit down to do a conversation with somebody or an interview, like, stuff they heard, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, that happened, but this how it happened." And it's, you know, it's crazy to think that maybe that I could be an East Side legend like that, or a LA legend or something.
Well,
I never thought about that in my life.
It's crazy because when you did, I'm gonna kind of skip to this and go back. When you did Tupac Must Die, everybody was at him, right? I knew what you were meaning because it's always two sides to a story, right? We always go off because I'm a diehard Tupac fan. I grew up in Oakland, but I understood. People looked at the title and didn't listen to the concept. If they know who you are as an artist, you're a storyteller, period.
Yeah.
And how you put stories together, going back to Beach Cruisers, everything is kind of like you make. That's why the legend goes there. You make your music into your lifestyle, but you make it believable. You know. So again, that Tupac Must Die, I looked at it and I said, "Oh," and the first thing I did is I hit Mr. Fab, and I said, "Bro, how you feel about it?" He said, "That's Glasses, bro." And I said, "Oh, I get it now." Because again, a lot of people took it out of content. Let's start back. Actually, let everybody know where you're from.
I grew up in Compton and Watts my whole life.
Okay.
So that's a nigga off the east side of the 110, man. East side of Los Angeles.
If we're not familiar with that, what other people besides yourself that's over there that people will recognize?
Watts is J-Rock. Watts is Tyrese. Watts is Cam. Watts is 03 Greedo. I mean, Compton, I think everybody pretty much know about all of those people.
Okay,
you know, the Dr. Dre's, the Games. People you didn't know, Patrice Rushen is from Watts. The Whispers is from Watts. Barry White spent a ton of time in Watts. You know what I mean? Raised in Watts. Half of Rolls Royce, you know, I want to get next to you. They from Watts. One of the members of the Four Tops, or I think it's the Platters, is from Watts. It's one of them places.
See, my dad had to explain the difference to me. I grew up in the Bay, so my dad did movies, and so he had to tell me the difference. He's like, "Dude, it's the difference between Watts and Compton." But I'm like, "Pops, it's all." He like, "That's like you saying you from East Oakland, right, son?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "That's like we said West Oakland. It's a big difference." And I'm like, "I didn't know that. I'm just thinking of LA." And so when I'm doing my homework, he's from Watts.
LA is really tricky, you know, like Watts is a neighborhood in Los Angeles. Compton is its own city, complete with its own mayor. Inglewood is its own city, complete with its own mayor. Long Beach is its own city, complete with its own mayor. But Watts, Hollywood, Brentwood, even San Pedro are neighborhoods in the city of Los Angeles. So it's super intricate. You know what I mean? nobody from Watts really say they from LA. You say you from Watts
Okay,
because it's like a pride coming from that neighborhood specifically. That's like the blackest part of the city, you know what I'm saying? And until you get over
okay,
there to the west side on near the Crenshaw district, you know, Watts is really where, you know, culture thrived at, you know. So
got you.
it's intricate, but you know, all together it's all LA County. So, you know, I understand why people from outside of it say LA. It's just much easier.
Okay, so growing up, who influenced you in music?
Really no, but I didn't really get influenced to make music from listening to music.
Oh shit,
You know what I
that's
mean? I
different.
just enjoy music for what it was. You know what I mean? If
Okay,
it fit the lifestyle that I was living at the time. I can remember being a little tiny kid in the 80s and being a fan of, you know, people as early as the Fat Boys and Ice-T, you know, early on. And then, you know, being at my mom's, we in Compton, you know, you hearing Spade and NWA and Easy E, you know what I'm saying? And
right.
then being at my dad's house and hearing early Cam and you know all of the rap stuff coming up. So I just listened to music that fit how I was living, you know, Scarface for some of my darkest moments in the trench. When I finally got my lowrider, Snoop and Dre made way more sense. When I finally
Okay,
started getting
got you.
pussy, yeah, when I finally started getting pussy, the Dog Pound made so much sense. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
When I started selling dope, Jay-Z made so much sense. So none of it made me want to rap. I wasn't really influenced by rap. I didn't start rapping until I was an adult, 21, 22 years old.
damn,
Yeah, I didn't
that's
rap as no
crazy.
kid. Yeah, I was pretty much living the life. You know what I mean? I wasn't rapping about like I was living it. You know what I'm saying? I was in high school, we had already picked up selling rocks and you know stealing cars and gang banging. And after you know high school, I'm selling Sherm for a time and gang banging and low riding and street racing cars. So I was way too busy living to be tied up into kind of the culture that you call rap.
Okay, okay. It's crazy because for you to have two top charting songs, uh one is 24 and one is 94. I believe the one with Akon is 24 and the one with Lil Wayne, or vice versa. I want to ask you something. How was it that you were able, being that you started so late? Was it your work ethic that was able to get you linked in with the Lil Waynes? How did that go about?
Nah, man, really. So the natural stuff that God gives you, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm an articulate person, you know what I mean? So that's a natural thing. But really, it was other people. Like the first person who helped me make my first CD, White Lightning, the producer was my boy Guido. Guido had came up working on music. He was DJing. You know, he was living the life, but he was more into hip hop, DJing, and everything else. So with him making the beats and recording me, like I had a certain quality of production that was going to be great. Um,
Oh,
Big Face Hunted, you know what I mean, who pretty much is Game's older brother and you know helped manage his career at the whole beginning. He was like a super hip hop head. He knew a lot about records and music, so he A&R'd it and made sure I had the right songs all the time. My older brother Pooh, you know, he was instrumental because he understood how to bring structure to the whole situation.
okay,
G Rod was dope at marketing, you know what I mean, but for the most part, it was I just had a really decent team and the right stuff at the right time. You know, also I had the right mentality too. Like you know, I figured out a way to get 30,000 CDs pressed up and I had a strategy of how to get them around the West Coast, you know what I mean? And that number meant something. It was me studying sound scan and some shit like that. It was like it was a lot of good things that happened and made it work. It wasn't just like I figured it out. It was like I had a lot of right direction to guide whatever I had naturally.
got you, got you. And so I I heard you say that, and this is a quote that you said, and I'm gonna quote it. Your music is your babies. Elaborate on that for those that may not know.
Well, my art in general, you know what I'm saying? My
Okay.
music videos, my songs, everything. You know, I don't have no kids, you know what I'm saying? Like I was one of the people that grew up believing like, oh, yo, you had to be married before you had kids. And it just took so
Wow.
long for me to even get into that position that by the time it was even a thought to be, you know, to happen, like I had pretty much looked at the world, you know, in disgust. So nothing about it made me want to bring a
Gotcha.
kid here. You know what I mean? I wasn't that vague where I was so in you know, in a trance about my personal existence where I need to leave a little bit of myself on earth. Like I don't think I'm that fucking great to where the world, you know, is gonna
Okay.
lose something if it loses, you know, my presence, my physical presence. So leaving a little piece of me, you know, didn't seem as, you know, important, or, you know, meeting somebody who you know, y'all, I want to, you know, we gonna make a token of our love. I didn't meet people like that at that time. So my music became what I started to raise, you know, my art, my creativity. That's what I started to raise. I just started raising it like children. You know what I'm saying? And ever since I've been raising it, and you know, I feel like I'm important in raising society, like a whole next generation of artists. You know what I'm saying? A whole next generation of
You are.
human beings. Like so many people come to me, you know, thousands of people come to me for ideas and advice, and I try my best to guide them in the most honest and truthful way.
Look what you have, people. And for those that don't know, I thought it was dope that for you to have Kendrick, J Rock before there was somebody, but for you to take them on the road, was that your first tour actually going on the road with Tech Nine?
No, that was actually my third tour. I was on tour
Okay.
with Tech Nine twice, and I went on a tour before that. But I didn't take Kendrick and, you know, J Rock on tour. Like I recommended that they be on the tour. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But I recommended to Tech Nine, but that's more of Tech Nine's position.
Gotcha.
I was just a rallying call to get people to invest in them and to fuck with them, because shit, we all came up together. Like me, J Rock, and Nipsey Hussle released all our first CDs in the same year. I just was older than them. I was
Damn, I
already,
was getting to that.
yeah,
You
like a
took
full-fledged
got
gang member, you know, in 2005. But we all pretty much started in the business together. And K Dot is somebody that Top found, and I met him. He was just a cool, you know, cool nigga. He great sense of humor, great guy. You know what I'm saying? And one of my best friends, he ended up being his younger cousin. So it just all came together. But I just always, you know, pushed them. You know what I mean? Like
got you.
no different than Nip or anybody else. You know what I mean? Like this was my class of niggas that we came out the coast, and it was just us. You know what I mean? It wasn't,
So
you know, it was me. It was us three. Problem, you know,
got you.
Bishop Lamont, Maestro, a ton of people that was
Problem.
pushing this
Yeah.
agenda. Yeah, and I just always made sure I show love and tried to help, you know, motherfuckers as much as I could.
It's crazy because my best friend, rest in peace, uh, used to like, and he from Carson. He moved up to the Bay. And when I say when I'm like, he was an avid fan of yours, right? And this how I got put onto the white light and stuff like this and some of your early music. And Keyshawn, one thing about him, he used to be like, bro, Glasses is one of the most underrated lyricists, but he don't take it as serious, bro. He said, I'm telling you, once he do, he's going to be the person that kind of leads that West Coast charge. And I noticed you said in 2018, probably around that time, you took I hate it, so I want to say, but it was for marketing. I heard you say something. I want you to elaborate on that for those that's watching, especially the youngsters. I like to give kudos and game about that. Can you talk about that and elaborate on that, on how you seen marketing a way for you to be able to kind of go that far?
So when I first got into music, I needed a business.
Okay.
And I wanted to open up a record label. You know, I was a young gangbanger that was a D-boy. You know what I mean? And, you know, I felt like I could run a record label like I ran, you know, a Sherm spot, a PCP spot. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like a water spot. So that was my mentality coming into it. Me rapping just was a part of opening up a record label, right?
Right.
So even getting my record deal, you know, in 2007 and all of this stuff, right? It was really about a record deal. It was really about opening my own record label. It was always just how to, you know, make a business out of this shit.
But you
There
had a
was
bidding war.
interest.
You turned down Def Jam. You turned to go with Cash Money. I was gonna ask you that. What was that strategic move for that?
it was just money. You know, it was business. It was just business at the time. It was, how do I turn this shit into money?
Okay.
And whoever was gonna pay the money,
Okay.
I'm saying, that's how I was rocking. But when I first got into this, it was so much business involved. I didn't really the craft of an artist, what I mean? I wasn't really into it. Like my natural gift is storytelling. So I just brought that with me as a craft into hip hop. And I didn't know much about
Okay.
records. I didn't know much about I knew a little about marketing because I mean, obviously selling drugs, you have to know something about marketing. But I didn't know about hip hop,
Exactly.
what it really meant and what it represented. So I was just in the business and I was making money, man. I'm making 6, 7 figures. I'm saying I'm just eating, I'm killing. And it was like that for the first 5 years. Something happened to me where, the money I was making was good enough for me. And really what happened, my homeboy Lil J, my homie Scavenger that's locked up right now again. Scav came home and he was just talking about a job and how to change his life. You know what I'm saying? And I realized the $200,000 I was making a year, I couldn't change nobody else's life. Like after taxes and everything else, like I didn't have enough money to change someone's life. You know what I'm saying? That
Correct.
shit fucked me up. I couldn't change his life. And
Okay.
it's like, damn, all of this money that's around this business and I'm eating, right? But I'm not making the most out of it.
Mm.
And that shit was killing me. So that's when I start having an issue, you know what I'm saying, mentally. And my DJ Head kind of sat me down one day and just sprang one simple thing on me. And I always joke with him. It was like he pushed me down a rabbit hole. And something that I thought was probably 10 feet deep at max, you know what I'm saying, end up being a mile down, man, like the Mariana Trench or something, because it was like miles down. Like this hip hop shit is so deep and it's so dirty, so rooted in the dirt. And I just kept falling. And it took years for me to hit the bottom. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? I couldn't focus on making money. I couldn't focus on doing business. Making money became even less important than it ever had become. It became just about, I became consumed with just understanding this business and this culture that I was in. You know what I mean? What was truly my job? How do I do it? And man, from 2012 to probably 2018, I was just falling down this hole. And I finally hit the bottom of it around 2018. You know what I'm saying? And ever since, like, I'm like, damn, I seen, it's like understanding the earth's core so you can understand the surface. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And I finally seen the core at its most simplest point and what hip hop was about, what marketing is about, and what records was about. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand it. Like now, so now I just start climbing out. You know what I mean? I start climbing back out the hole. Tupac Must Die is one of the most important records because it was when I really said, oh, this is what it is. This is what hip hop is. This is how I am supposed to do it. Is if you from where I'm from and you me, this is I'm the only person that can make this song. And so
Period.
I'm the only person that can really say this and explain it the way it needs to. And ever since, I just been climbing out of this hole, and it's been 5 years of just climbing back to the surface. And I'm not quite back to the surface like I'm about to be, but you know what I'm saying? It was worth the fall. It was worth the fall.
Before you had said that, my next question, before we get into the our hip hop games, I was gonna ask you, what does head mean to you?
What is DJ Head?
Yeah, what does he mean to you?
Oh man, he my everything, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He was somebody that I met that just did radio. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even like in DJing or nothing. He was just the homie that did radio. I met him doing a radio interview, and
Wow.
our bond been A1. I'm a
Hold up.
nerd. He's more of a geek. You know what I'm saying? So we
I
connected
thought
on.
y'all grew up so wow.
Nah,
Wow.
I met Head in 2005.
Wow.
Yeah,
How he
and
speak about you and how it was things that I watched one of your interviews, and shout out to their podcast, which I love. Like, shout out to DJ Head, because that's somebody that I
Homegrown,
watched.
yeah,
And
Homegrown
him and
Radio.
the other guy, I can't think of his
Dizzle.
name, did very smart. He's intelligent.
Yeah.
And I kind of watched them to kind of get things, but I was seeing on how he was not only inspiration, but he was your biggest fan, but your worst critic, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
hands down. And oh man, like, you know, and our people always say that people think we knew each other forever, but now our bond was really, you know, kinetic immediately. Like, it was strong because, again, we both are IQ people. We both think, you know, we both are intellectuals. And even though I'm a Crip and he's not, you know what I mean, we connected all the time intellectually. And that's been our bond and shit. We've been rocking like, you know, we've been rocking this shit like motherfucking mud and water, man. Like, you know what I mean? It dried up. Fact. So it's been tough, but, you know, again, you still talking about roughly almost 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
There
like,
it is.
And this is somebody I spent intimate moments with. My mother dying, you know what I'm saying? Like,
my condolences.
He even watched me,
man.
Even right now, he's my little brother, but he kind of watched me grow up even further than where I was. He would be somebody that could explain what I've been through creatively and mentally and what I'm about. You know what I mean? He knows where I really push at. He knows me pretty well. So he's my everything, man. You know, and pressing head, you know, is important to me as it always been from the first day. So
for sure. Is it a thing of let me ask you something, because you said something that, and my condolences and rest in peace to moms. Did you? I just lost my son 2 months ago, right? And
wow, yeah, that's all bad.
Was you able to did you indulge more into your craft, or did you kind of set yourself back? Because for me, I'm a single dad raising a 16-year-old young lady that I had since she was 6 months. And she looked at me one day, because I've been down, and she said, "Dad, get back on your shows, get back on your music." She like, "It's okay to grieve, but it's not okay to be down." And she said this to me, man. and I kind of looked at her, and I'm like,
it happened to me, dog, right before all of this stuff where I fell down that hole. It was almost kind of why I started getting clumsy too. You know what I mean? Because around that time, I was in such a deep place and such a, you know, we call it dark, but I like to call it rich. Yeah, I call it rich because it's really full. You know what I mean? Happiness is a very half-hearted emotion. You know, grief and sadness and blues is really full. So full quality, you know what I'm saying? Like experience. You know what I mean? It's you know, happiness is fading. You know what I mean? Happiness is like a crack high. You know what I'm saying? You always chase it, but you know, grief and sadness and blues is full experience. And I was at a very full experience at that time, full quality. And I started making some music that's so full quality. You know what I'm saying? It's scary. And it was right around that time that Head was like, "Yo, nigga, I fuck with what you're doing, but it's a little too personal. Like, you're not even communicating with the audience no more. Now you just making pieces of art. Like, you're not even talking to them no more. You just talking and you like, hey, listen to what I got to say, versus, you know, understanding that this is somewhat of a business and there does need to be some level of communication between me and an audience that's looking to listen to what I have to say."
Damn, that's deep. And you just kind of, I thank you for that. I needed that.
Yeah.
We're going to get into this game we like to call 8 bars. So it goes like this. If you answer the question, excuse me, I got to take if you don't answer the question, I got to take a drink. If you do, keep going. So last album, you have to pick one artist, Kendrick or J-Rock. This your last album.
I had to pick one artist to be on it.
One feature to be on that album.
Rock. Yeah, Rock.
Okay.
Rock. Me and Rock share a different. Me and Kendrick is like super close. Like, to me, more intellectually. You know what I'm saying? Like, and actually, he actually is a joy point in. You know, he was a joy point in my life. Like, he was so full of spirit and joy and funny. You know what I mean? I love that about him. You know, even when I talk to him anytime now, it's joy. He brings joy into my life. But
please tell him to drop some more music, man.
Yeah, you
Like,
know what's weird is I tell people all the time they don't get how fun and funny he is. You know, you can't tell. But this nigga is
okay.
like a
He
ball
be
of
so
joy.
serious though. He had his demeanor. I'd be like,
No, man, like, and I feel so sorry that the world only knows that version. Like he is joy. I mean, this nigga is like joy. He's fun. You know what I mean? He's an incredible person. But me and Rock sonically have always been magic.
but you
It's
know what?
always been magic.
One of my favorite songs, I can't lie, is with you, Killer Mike, and Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, Thuggin' is dope. Thuggin' is dope.
Boy, sheesh.
Thuggin' is a little different only because I started understanding records and I co-produced that with my homeboy Sega. So
Okay.
that was gonna be what it was gonna be. Period. That record
But
wasn't even honestly. That record wasn't even intended for Kendrick. It was intended for Scarface. I made that for me and Scarface.
okay, the next one. Last album produced by Swiss or Dr. Dre.
Swiss Beats.
God,
I know.
take this damn
Yeah,
I
I
had a
know.
bet
I
with my
know, right?
producer.
I
He was
know.
gonna say Dre.
I know, but I know why though, right? Because Dre is the reason I rap full time, right? And I think Dre is dope, but you know what's funny? I have been this close. Me and Swiss we've talked about working on an album, not me hard, but we even came up with a price. Like I had an album I wanted to do with either Swiss or Puff.
Real quick, I want you to stop right there. I need these youngsters to hear this. Did you guys hear what he said? And this is something that I want y'all to say. This is the gem of the day. He said, we came up with a price. And again, I tell people, invest in yourself. Continue, because I just want
Yeah. Now we came up with a number to do a whole project, and it was either for Puff or Swiss. And I don't really know Puff. I seen Puff around, but I don't really have a relationship with Puff. But me and Swiss always been A1. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I had talked to Swiss, reached out a couple times, and it was something that we were talking about doing, but I had a project in mind either for Puff or Swiss. So I never had an idea for Dr. Dre. Like I've only had, it's funny because I don't even have a song to rap over. Like Dr. Dre right now, I just want him to be a feature on a song. I don't even think
that's different
from a production level. Like I don't have an idea that would fit me and Dr. Dre any like no longer ever. Like, I don't think I ever had one.
You said you want him as a feature. I've never heard that. That's what
I know. It's crazy, right? Like it's just my story, how I create. Like I don't have an idea for Dre. Now I'm sure an album with me and Dre would be fantastic, and I've rapped over tens of his beats. You know what I'm saying? But me and Swiss would do something like, you know what I mean? The idea is just like it's film worthy. Okay. So it probably would be Swiss, yeah.
So a promoter said you had an option. They were gonna pay you to wear this gear, but you had to choose one: Dope Era or Gucci.
Dope Era or Gucci?
Yeah.
I would only wear Dope Era. I would never fuck with Gucci like that.
God, my producer, good one. You're doing a mixtape. Oh, this is a good one. I know. He ain't gonna pick this one. You're doing a mixtape, and you got one artist to do this mixtape with. OT Genesis or The Game.
A whole mixtape with Genesis? That would be tough. Me and Chuck would probably make a really good mixtape.
God damn it, man.
I know, right? Because you think he's a blood and OT is a Crip and all that, but me and OT, you know what's funny? I got a song into OT right now, and I made it for me and OT to see how it would sound together. I still don't know how me and OT sound together. I actually literally did a song probably a year ago, and I sent it to him. He was supposed to finish it. I haven't been on him about it, and I'm sure he forgot. But you know what I mean? I need to see how we would sound. But me and Game is one of my favorite, people to do records. We always made really good records together.
Y'all sonically too. Double CD. They asked you to pick a veteran, Sebo or E40.
I'm gonna go with because I don't got enough of both shit.
Nah, because I just don't got enough of both. I said he gonna go with Sebo because he know he gonna have me live like
Bo my Loc, man. Don't get it fucked up. Like me and Bo still got. And that's we got why I was going with it. Yeah, I don't know. Like I only heard like 2 albums from Sebo. I grew up on E40. 30 years now.
All right, so the labels come to you. They say we're going to give you $100,000 to do a song with either Brandy or Mary J, but you're gonna have Rick Ross as the feature. Which one are you going to pick?
You got to go Mary J.
Okay.
You got to go Mary J with Rick Ross as a. But I would rather do a song with Brandy.
God damn, this man don't have me drunk like Uncle G Step. Next one. You need to make a hit single. Oh, this might get him. For the ladies, Ty Dolla $ign or Jeremiah?
Ty Dolla $ign. Yeah, you're gonna be drunk. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Uncle G Stack, I think he gonna hit me. Next one. I got you on this one though. The next one we going with is this is the last bar. Okay. You have a chance to do a single and it with Mac 10 or Kendrick Lamar.
Mac 10.
Damn.
Wait a minute, a single? Hold on, no. Don't do it.
A single.
Oh, a single, I gotta do a single with Dot.
A Dot?
I'm gonna do a single with K Dot. Yeah, I'm gonna do a single with Kendrick.
Okay, so then the next one.
Now, song, yeah, but a single, I'm gonna do it with Kendrick. Yeah.
Okay, so our next game is, do you know your Southern Cal hip hop? Are you a real hip hop historian? So I'll give you a slew. I'm gonna give you a single. If you guess the album that the single is, I have to drink. If it's a feature on there and you give me the feature, I have to take a double. Fuck my producer for this. All right, so the first song, I might get him on this one, is One Less Bitch. What album?
You got me.
All right, that album is NWA, Niggas for Life.
Oh, wow. You said the Southern hip hop. That was dirty.
Oh, SoCal.
Huh?
So, Boomerang is the name of the song.
Yeah, you said Southern hip hop.
I meant to SoCal, excuse me.
Okay, damn, you fucked me over. Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
All right. So, Boomerang is the name of the song.
Boomerang got me.
All right, that's J-Rock from
And I know that song by heart.
Home. I Got That Feeling.
Nope.
That was The Game.
Damn, I don't even know that song.
Ballin'.
Okay, it's a couple ballings.
And these are all LA artists.
That's Mustard and Roddy Ricch.
Nope, Snoop Dogg off the album Pains to a Boss.
Oh, wow.
Phone Home.
Phone Home. Damn, that seems
My producer said I gotta give you, all right, Phone Home. He said that this is somebody that's close to your camp that did this song.
Phone Home, no.
Kendrick Lamar on C4.
Oh, yeah.
Do What I Feel.
That's the Dog Pound.
God damn!
Yeah, that's Dog Pound, dog
I told
food.
this nigga, I said he gonna get that fucking Dog Pound, man. Bro, I almost had this, man. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna fuck him up with this one because I know he gonna get this one. The name of the song is Heartbeat.
Heartbeat. Damn, I know that song.
I know you fucking know this because you. I'm not giving him no more hands. Hell no.
Nah. What is it?
Ice-T, Off Power.
Oh, yeah, that is Off Power. Fuck.
Last one on this one. Really Though.
Really
is the name of the song.
Ice Cube got a song called
God damn!
And this song,
fuck ass nigga, man. I knew he was going. I said, bro, you gonna don't put Cube.
What's crazy is I know what album is all. I know what song is following, and I can't even think about it.
God, all right. So our next one. They ask you right now, if you had a chance, they want you to name the best West Coast lyrics. Give us 5.
The best West Coast lyricists?
Yes, lyricists.
Lyricists. So the number one guy that stands out to me is Corrupt.
Oh shit, that was yes.
Lyricist. Number 2, Sugar Free stands out at number 2.
I had him number 7. God.
Yeah, Free is number 2.
Okay.
Lyricist, lyrically. Chuck is probably top 3.
You putting Game up there?
Yup. Lyrically? Yup. Number 4
before Kendrick?
Probably, huh?
Before Kendrick?
Yeah. I wouldn't. But Kendrick is, to me, I don't look at Kendrick like a. You know, it's gonna sound crazy. He's a lyricist, but when I think of lyricists, I look at him more as like his flow. Like I give Kendrick
Okay.
like really more like I think I'm enamored with his flow. I think he says things full of gems, but his flow is amazing. You know what I mean? It don't
Okay.
make me concentrate on the words. So when you say lyrically, I'm thinking of somebody I listen to all they saying. I'm not worried about how they saying it.
Thank you for educating me. Great job.
Yeah,
Yo, you
just an
got 3
idea,
now.
just an idea. Number 4 is probably Unc, 40.
Damn, you the first person that
And
put him out of here. That's dope. Shout out to Uncle E40. Number
yo,
5.
yo. Number 5 is probably a tie between 3 different people, right?
Okay.
Lynch, J.O., and Exhibit.
Brother Lynch?
Yeah. Lyrically.
Damn, you fucked me up with that one.
Yeah. Lynch is somebody I always remember really great things about lyrically.
Okay. Your best, your all top 5, your top all-time 5 of West Coast hip-hop artists. Period. Your top 5 of West Coast.
Okay, so my favorite or really the niggas that are the greatest?
The great
My favorite is
top 5.
my favorite is different than the greatest.
Okay, you're right. That's why I said let's go with the top 5, then we go to your favorites.
Okay, so go top 5 before my favorites.
Yeah.
Top 5 is going Snoop Dogg is probably the greatest hip hop artist ever. Snoop. 2 is Cube. 3 is Dot. 4 is Short. 5 is 40.
Yo, listen, you and my producer hit y'all list. The only thing he took out is he got, and I don't know, he put Sugar Free as 5.
I'm not mad at that neither though, because I think Free don't get enough credit. But
he took my producer. But you know, guys, know what? I think it's because of it's the content probably on the character.
Nah, I just think that he wasn't on a big stage all the time.
Okay.
So a lot of the records that he was putting out, we didn't like. Unless you're a Free fan, you might have missed them.
Gotcha.
Because he always been nasty. But that's to me the best 5, the greatest 5 out of the coast.
Now yours.
My 5 is a lot different than that.
Let's go yours.
The album I played the most of all time is The Shadiest One by Dub C.
Dub C, another underrated.
The Shadiest One. The Shadiest One is my favorite West Coast album, like of all time.
Mine is Seagram.
Who?
Seagram out of Oakland.
Nice. That one. 2 is probably Dr. Dre, right?
Chronic.
Yep. 2001 too. Like I played 2001 the second most amount of West Coast albums ever. 3rd is West Side Connection, Bow Down.
Okay.
But I'm telling you because these are the niggas' albums I've played. Like
that's why I said that's a good one. I like that.
I know every word of the album. 4, The Click.
Very underrated.
Right.
Very
Be Legit's verse on
just
I break the back off a key, mix some soda with this A1D. I zip lock and flip flop. 43. I'm living like a kingpin because I had clients. Them bitches love to fuck with us Hillside Giants, and I was hitting me with one. No matter the cost, the 442 with the dual exhaust with so much rumble in the back of my low. I hit the parking lot and watch convertibles fold. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit is like scratched into my brain. 5 is Short.
Okay. Now
I've been hearing Too Short since I was a little kid, and I hear Too Short right now and get just as excited.
Shout out to Uncle Short. Now they say, here's the deal. They're doing a West Coast tour, right? Here are the artists that they have: Ice Cube, Snoop, Kendrick Lamar, Ice-T, Too Short, E40, and DJ Quick. You have to remove one and add yourself to go on this tour. Who are you removing?
I'm gonna remove Kendrick.
All right, Glass. A little bit, cuz.
Well, because you got to make it a gangster rap tour. If all the niggas you name is gangster rap.
But see, we need to have Kendrick in there to keep that. You said marketing, right, big bro? Ain't that giving us marketing to get them in there? No.
You can't put the nun on. You can't put the nun on stage with the. You can't put the Pope on stage with the demons, man.
Good
that
one.
Ain't marketing. That's just confusion.
Good one. Okay, the next one is they offered you to get somebody offered you $7 million in cash or 7% in Amazon stocks. Which one are you taking?
7% of what?
Stock in Amazon. Stock.
Or 7 million in cash?
Yeah. Or 7 million in cash.
Or 7% of Amazon?
Yeah.
Shit, you got to go Amazon. Well, Amazon like $1 billion company.
Thank you. Hey,
7%.
no, big bro. Hey, hella artists. You and Uncle G Stack and Juice are the only ones that said the 7%. Everybody else is like, bro, I'm getting that million.
I'm good at math. So if Amazon is a $2 billion company, 7% is shit. That's some good money right there. That's 140 million bucks.
Right. All right, so we got last thing is rapid fire. Give you a rapid question. You ask. You just give us the answer quickly. Jamaica or Brazil?
Jamaica or Brazil? Yeah. Jamaica.
God damn, nobody wants to fuck with me. Everybody say Jamaica. All right, next one.
I gotta go where the black folks at, man.
Man, Brazil
got some black folks, but they're a little bit light. I need to go where the color is. You feel me? Where the shade is. Go where the shade is.
Okay. All right.
Take my chances with the shade.
Miami, New York.
New York.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. Miami's a big ass ghetto once you leave Collins.
Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, best rapper of all time.
That's a tough one, man.
We were arguing about this.
I've obviously listened to more Jay-Z because I grew up listening to Jay-Z. But
so do you think that's right, that list that they got him number one?
I mean, I can understand. I still think Snoop should be there personally, but I grew up listening to enough.
Really, honestly, I thought Ice Cube should have been at least 1 or 2. I'll take my Uncle Snoop at 1. But again, that was like, damn, you have Pac. But Pac is like you can't even put Pac. Pac need to be
with in Snoop,
his own room.
Jay-Z, Wayne, and Eminem, that's just an argument forever. And I don't even waste my time arguing it.
You got Eminem in your top 5?
I mean, not my personal, like I listen to Eminem, but you got to put it. Eminem could rap better than everybody. Eminem got great stories, smash hit records. What more do you want from a rapper? Okay. Whether you like him or not, like it, shit, how you want it. He's a part of the culture. He became, you know, some of his stand is a term in the culture. Sure. Great everything. He's just an all around top notch motherfucker at this shit. You whether you like him or not is irrelevant. Like you could just see what he does and be like, yeah, I can't fuck with that. For real.
Clippers, Lakers.
Lakers.
LeBron, Jordan.
Shit, I hate Jordan. LeBron. I hate LeBron.
Oh my God! Hold up.
Now listen. You asking me? This one of them things where it's like Michael Jordan, the shooting guard, LeBron James, the greatest small forward, Michael Jordan, the greatest shooting guard. If you asking me who I like more, I hate Michael Jordan because I'm a Showtime baby.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. You know what's crazy? My dad from Oakland, he's a diehard Laker, right? Yeah. We argue about this because my dad is a LA. I'm like, dude, you might as well be from LA, right? Because he's a Rams fan and everything, right? And I'm like, Pops. He's like, man, you don't understand. These clubs like some club called some shit he used to say in LA that he used to go to. He's like, man, listen. But I was arguing about that. 49ers, Raiders.
I don't even like football.
Okay. Next one. Barbecue, Chinese food.
Barbecue.
Soul food or barbecue?
Soul food.
Great one. If you had one option right now to do a song, rest in peace to both of these artists, with Nipsey or Tupac, which one would it be?
I got songs with Nip, so Tupac. Okay.
That's crazy. That's the next question. Give us 3 words to explain Nipsey Hussle that the mass may not know.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Damn. And we end rapid fire. One more question. Loyalty or respect?
Respect.
Elaborate why.
Respect is earned. Loyalty is like forced.
Damn, that's new.
Loyalty is for kings. Respect is for men.
Damn, I gotta use who? That was a good one, big bro. Whoa. Respect.
I'm a
that's
leader, man. I ain't no king or no boss. I'm a leader. I'm a leader of men, and you know, God willing, they respect me because I'm transparent and I'm worthy of their respect and admiration. A loyalty, you know, you be loyal to a king because you know they'll kill you if you're not. I don't need nobody fearing me to be down with me. I need motherfuckers that really understand the plight and feel good about marching with me.
for sure. Hey, before we get up out of here, let me give a shout out to our sponsor. Shout out to Tree Boy Clothing and Tree Boy Store. If you're in the Sacramento area, or you can go to their website, go check out their gear. Also, Rec Tips. If you want to smoke good with a smooth inhale, make sure y'all go to rectips.com. The Liquor Locker, Roseville, California, 1501 Darling Way. Let them know we sent you. You guys, we told y'all, if y'all go purchase, we're doing this all the way up until Monday. Y'all go purchase his album, any of his albums, send us a receipt. We're going to pick 2 people. We're sending a $25 cash app to. But you have to be following him on all platforms and also like to subscribe to our YouTube. With that being said, also, I want to give a shout out to my 14U Sac Raiders youth football team. I had over 16 players with a 3.5. I'm so blessed. We're going into this year to do that. Again, shout out to my team. They say I don't ever shout them out. We're getting ready. We're working right now. Also, I want to give a special shout out to Big Bro, man. Listen, man, when I say you're the people's champ, you don't you don't allow your status to overcome who you are. I reached out to you, man, and this is my biggest interview. Not only am I a fan, I'm a student of yours. I can go to some of your page and just see some of the things you post. You've got me by a lot of times. That's why I asked you certain things about when you went through it with your mom. Shout out to DJ Head also, man. That's somebody that I follow as far as words of wisdom, man. We do something before we get up out of here. If it was anybody that you would recommend to our show that you can help us get, who would it be?
For a conversation?
Yes.
Vince Staples.
Man, if you can get that for us, big bro, that'd be great.
Man.
And we also
I think Vince is a great conversation.
Man, I would love it. We also would like to do a part 2. Me coming down to LA, sitting with you in the studio, doing a part 2. I want to show these youngs to see. I coach 14-year-olds, and they said something to me one day. They said, Coach, I be tired of these rappers always showing us money. That don't motivate us. That makes us want to go hit a lick. And they said,
yeah, I don't know where.
How,
I don't know when the aspiration become inspiration.
Right, and they said they don't ever show us how they get to this point. So this is what
crazy because they make it so easy. They floss on motherfuckers and be talking about I'm inspiring people. No, you're not.
No, you're not. Right. So I would love to come down there, big bro. Like I said, man, you're a big inspiration to the mass. But for me, definitely me, man. And I thank you for this. Like, seriously, man. Shout out to my daughter. This is my first really episode being back, man. So I'm blessed, man. Told you guys we starting out season 5 with a blast. Shout out to my mentor, Mr. Fab, for always keeping a battery in my back. Sometimes you get on me. I love that, man. And again, big bro, I'm going to be in your inbox. I'm going to shoot you my number because I might be on you sometimes. Like, bro, I need advice. You know, I'm not afraid to ask for help, and I'm not afraid to ask for somebody to guide me in the right direction. Shout out to my artist, AT the King. We just dropped his single, Give Me a Reason, the new R&B King. Shout out to my Women's Talk podcast also. With that being said, man, it was a blessing. King,
much
like
love,
seriously,
shout out to
man,
my brother, Mr. Fab, man.
I thank you. I'll make sure I hit you with my number in the inbox because I want to do some other things. And hey, man, blessings to you and the family, man. Thank you
much
again.
Much love, brother. Yeah.
Hey, y'all, that was the legendary Glasses Loc. You guys don't understand. I went through a lot tonight to try to get this show. I'm not on my regular monitor. Certain things was trying to keep me for this, but God knew I wanted this, and I got it. With that being said, like and subscribe. Excuse me. Become a part of the Artist Talk family where we talk hip-hop, not politics. Go follow Mr. Glasses Malone, Glasses Loc. With that being said, you guys, Hey, it was a blessing to everybody that tuned in. If not, hey, like and subscribe when you see it. I'm out of here, man. Big UMG.